What's up, Leland? All right. All right, everybody. We're just hang tight. We're waiting for good old Mel to come back in. He just pulled in from somewhere. He was out with his lady, and just gonna give him a few seconds, a few minutes to join us. So hang tight. We'll be with you. You can watch me and ask me questions if you want, but I don't think anyone's even on yet. So I just figured I'd say something for now. Let's see. Just gonna set things up for now. All right, there's a couple of you watching. Welcome everybody. How's it going? Like I said, we're just waiting for Mel, so hang tight. All is well. He is coming. Not just me. That would be weird. Although, maybe not. I can do the robot. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking up a website. That's why I look like I'm busy. Let's see. All right. Oh, here we go. I think Mel's there. Take your time, Mel. Still waiting. Let's see. No.
I'm here, Nazar.
Awesome, man. I am also here.
I'm just getting some things together. Sorry.
You're fine, man. Take your time. Get settled. No rush. People are still piling in. We're waiting for folks to show up.
Can you see my chair and everything?
Yes, sir. Hold on. I need to get rid of the screen sharing. There we go. Yeah, I see your chair. I see your window. Nice setup. Carlos Bali, what's up, man? Leland, hey. Brenda Crowder, hi. LOL Hardy, hi. What's up, guys? Real interesting. Welcome back. I'm stoked for this stream. I hope we don't disappoint you guys. But yeah, we're just setting up, guys. Like I said a minute ago, he literally just came home, so give him a minute to settle in. You know this thing's gonna last a while, and there's gonna be lots of stories and show and tell nonsense. So just relax, grab yourself some wine or water or whatever, or don't grab any of those things. It's completely fine.
Ugh.
Mel! He's the master of the universe. Nice shirt,
Yeah.
dude.
Is that a little bit too flashy for the...
Not at all. I mean, I'm wearing a Superman shirt, so, you know, we're rocking it.
Just deciding whether I should tilt that up a little bit more.
Do your thing, do your thing. Oh, shit, sorry. There we go. Nice.
I mean, you can't really see what's going on behind me, but...
Don't worry about it. We're here for your face.
So how's everything going?
With me, everything's good, man. It was a great day. Just finished a big old thing of sushi from Sakura.
I'm allergic to fish, so I can't try it.
You got a lizard person there, huh?
Yeah.
You have a lot of toys
Figured
that
out-
are in disguise, Mel. What does that say? You like
I
robots in
don't know.
disguise? You like humans in disguise? What's up, Matt? How's it going, man?
Let me just check. Everything okay in there? Is everything okay in there?
All right. Good turnout today, guys. Thanks everyone for showing up.
Yeah, we'll be all settled in just 1 second.
Do your thing, man. I still have the banner up to tell everyone to simmer down now. Read that, y'all. Let's see. All right, guys. So for tonight, keep this on your mind. I'm more of just a host or whatever. So ask Mel any questions you have for him. Mel is a well of knowledge. So start thinking about what you're gonna ask. Like I said, I had a bunch of sushi with way too much wasabi. My face is red, like it's on fire right now. I'm so like bloated too. Like me and Maggie pigged out. It was so good. Place is called Sakura. It's on where is it? Street Road, I think. Yeah, in Bensalem.
That's in PA.
It is. That's where I live.
Sorry, it's a little chilly.
You're a little choppy. I hope the interwebs is okay.
It's choppy? Is it because I just shifted the table, or?
No, like you're here. Watch me. This is how you're moving.
I mean, there's not really much I can do about it. That's like the best signal I think I'm gonna. Is that a little bit better?
I guess it's a matter of connection, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's fine. As long as we can hear you, we'll be okay. I'm sure it'll catch up. What's up, Andre?
Okay.
How's it going? Thanks for the glasses compliment.
Andre just friended me.
Just now?
I'm honored. No, when you guys had the live stream with all these other guys.
Oh, okay, cool. What's up, Brenda? Again, already hi. Brenda says hi, Mel.
What's going on, everybody? Hello, Brenda.
All right, I'm stoked for this stream. I'm just going through everyone's comment for now, just to say hello.
Real interesting.
Good old Matt.
Hey, y'all.
Nice shirt, Mel.
My wife got it for me. I give her all the credit. She found this, and it's like I love it, but like on the camera, it looks like it's just like Masters in the
Dude, we're nerds. We sell and collect toys. It's very appropriate. What's up, Retro
No,
Papa?
it's just like it pops. It's just like yeah, that guy has a He-Man shirt on. But no, I love it. It's what do you call that material? The real light stuff, the athletic stuff. It's really comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same stuff my I don't know. Did you see the Transformers hoodie Laura got me for Christmas? It's like the full scene of Rodimus Prime opening the Matrix, and it's got I think it's Galvatron on this side, Unicron on the other side. It like takes up a whole like. The material is just made up of scenes from the movie all the way around the sweatshirt, and it's extremely bright colors. I love wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm scared to death that I'm going to get it dirty because it's white as well. So it's
I have shirts like that. They just closet for special occasions.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? I came prepared, so if we can't get a lot of questions, I got like my whole stack of my original Genesis games when I was a kid in a box here. I got DVDs. I've got Mr. Lizard Man.
That's what's up, man. Well, I mean, I'm not really like there wasn't really anything prepared for this. It just kind of like just wanted to hang out with you, catch up with you. So it's just like more so one-on-one, and we can elaborate on our answers and questions.
Oh, I just want to, it's like at the fair or at the flea market. I want to see how many people I can annoy by doing impressions of various things with inanimate objects.
Oh man! So remember the toy graveyard, Mel?
Yes.
So that was actually one of my first videos on my YouTube channel. Is when you and I went to that place.
Yeah, my wife watched it. It looks a lot different now when you go by it. They've cleaned the heck out of that lot. The people that bought it said they were going to rebuild the house on the foundation, but you saw the way the house was, Nazar.
Oh
like
yeah.
the concrete was there. The building was literally cracked in half. And Dan and Tim and Transformers Mike actually went into the basement under you never got to go inside, but when you went in, he was a hoarder. I'm not. Like he just hoarded stuff. And in one of the bedrooms, there was a hole that I guess the water ran down and rotted a hole in the floor. He fixed the ceiling, but never fixed the hole in the floor. They just moved the bed over the hole in the floor, and he would take stuff and put it down in the basement. There was no basement, it was just concrete, and store it down there. They went down there. You still there?
Yeah. It's the connection starting to get a little. It's hard to even get your voice as well. This is a bit rough.
I think go outside.
Can you come off and come back on again?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry guys, give us a second. Mel literally doesn't have the internet at his house, so he's using his what do you call it? G4 or whatever it's called, beta. If you wash your glasses with soap and water and rinse them really good and then dry them off really good, they won't fog up when you are wearing your mask. Thanks, Brenda. Actually, these new glasses don't fog up at all. And I have a special mask now that looks scary. But thank you for the tip. All right, let's see if Mel's back, if he's doing well.
How's that, better?
Yeah, it's much better now.
Okay, I moved all the way across the room by the windows.
I
guess when I take stuff off, I'll just have to carry it over, and when we talk about it.
Well, yeah. For now, what's important is you, and yeah, go ahead, man. So you ended up on the floor and the hole in the floor.
Oh, I didn't. I was too big to go through the hole in the floor.
Yeah, I know. You were telling the story of how Dan and Mike, I think, and they all went under there.
Yeah. They went. I believe it was Dan and Tim the first time they went underneath, and they came up with a bunch of stuff, and the sister, Kitty and Bruce gave it to them for a really good price. Well, the second time they came back with 3 guys so they could have more light. It was that day that we went to Columbus, and it was a downpour for half the day.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know what? Let's go over and dig around in there. It'll be inside, whatever. We get there and he's digging around, and Transformers Mike found one of the characters from Ewoks or droids that was extremely expensive, just lying in the mud in the basement. And then they pulled up, I think, 3 or 4 trash bags of Ninja Turtles that were still attached to the package.
Yeah.
But it was like the ape and the kangaroo guy, and I think the slug guy. So those were the only 3. There was like 100 of those guys, and they got all those extremely cheap. And we found a bunch of Transformers. They were all rusted out. But if you wanted them for customs, or like if you had a broken hand or broken foot or something, you could take them off of these and substitute until you found something better.
Yeah.
We also found hand grenades and ammunition. None of it was live. It was all dummy stuff. like down in the basement. It was like, well, he bought whatever he could find. There was like training rifles, which are the hard rubber M16s, stuff like that. The truthfully, the best thing that ever happened in that house. One day I went over after work in the summertime, the first summer that they were there, and I guess Jerry and Bruce had been working in the garage getting all the comic books out, because when you opened that front garage door on that place, it was nothing but comic books and dirty magazines and like good gardens and households from the 50s magazines.
Yeah.
So they'd spent like weeks clearing the stuff out of the front of the garage. And I'd become pretty good friends with Kenny and Bruce by then. And Bruce goes, "Hey, Melvin, you want Nintendo games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like some Nintendo games." He's like, "You just come over here. I'll hand them down to you." And Bruce is, a little bit shorter than Dan is. And he climbed up this ladder, went into this hole that was about this big. And I see this tray just push out. And I take it, look down the first three games were Mega Man 1. Like each got a copy of Mega Man 1. And then there was a copy of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker in the box with the instruction books and everything. And then it was like the next box had like 15 copies of Battletoads, Zelda. It was just like repeats over and over again, but they were all really good games. So I was bringing the boxes out, and I told Kitty, nobody else gets to touch these until I get to, so we put them under the table. And by the time it was done, he had brought out like, I think it was 12 or 14 of these bins. I'd say probably, like the good size Rubbermaid bins, about maybe 4 foot long by 3 foot wide, just filled with Nintendo and Genesis games. And there was a couple of TurboGrafx 16 games in there too, which I kept for myself. It was like Splatterhouse and, I think it was that's where I got Splatterhouse and Blazing Lasers from. And I didn't get the TurboGrafx 16 until 2 weeks later. So, but anyway, I went through these, and I think I spent maybe 200. You okay? Had to let the wife in.
No worries.
It's been about, I think it was about 200. They sold them to me for $1 a piece. So I spent $250 to get 250 cartridges. Plus, I think they threw in another like 20 because I bought so many. And I think for the next 3 days before the market, I was sitting there with a bottle of alcohol and Q-tips, just cleaning cartridges. If anybody had seen my my Facebook back then, I showed it. It was like stacks and stacks of games. It was like I had my kitchen table completely covered in Nintendo games, and then there was another box sitting off to the side that was like there were like 15 copies of Super Mario Brothers 3, 12 of Mario's 2. It's like, anything you can want was it. Where you want to say hi? No.
All right. Well, I said hi.
She said hello. She doesn't want to come on camera.
That's okay. It's understandable. Matt, I can't wait till you die so we can go and look through all your stuff and buy it from your family for nothing. But no, hey, Mel, I went there maybe 3 or 4 times after that. I walked out with maybe 2 or 3 bins each time as well.
Yeah, they wanted to clear all that stuff out from behind the house. They didn't want to leave any of it there.
Oh, yeah. Like, I know there was a whole thing about that. We don't want to talk about it, but everything was done in a friendly, generous way.
Yeah. We only had that little bit of a upset there for a little while, where anything you put on camera gets on the internet.
Yeah.
Once it was explained, we didn't have to worry about that anymore.
Exactly.
But that Bruce and Kitty are great people, and I just I'm glad for them letting me go through that. I mean, we all they made the money they needed to do what they needed to do. and there was a lot left over for anybody that bought to either if you collected it or sold it. You ended up happy either way.
Yeah, for sure.
You
All
sure?
right, so there's another question for you, Mel. What do you think about the Masters of the Universe movie?
The one they're making or the one that's out?
Yes, real interesting. Please specify. But anyway, yeah, dude, that was really cool. Matt, thanks for asking that question, by the way.
Well, I'll say anyway. I like the movie with Dolph Lundgren. It's stupid and it makes no sense, but it's what you got when you were a kid back then.
Hell yeah.
And
he plays for the New York Jets.
No, that was Flash Gordon.
That's right. I'm sorry.
That's Sam Jones. Sam Jones went on to an illustrious career as a personal security agent.
Oh boy.
His next thing after Flash Gordon was a TV movie of The Spirit. I don't know if they remade it with Samuel L. Jackson and a bunch of other people.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
And then there was a TV show that was really good. It was like kind of in the vein of Mad Max before the Road Warrior, where there was just crazy people on the roads. It was called The Highwaymen, where they it was him and there was him and a famous Australian guy who used to do battery commercials for Energizers in the 80s. He was the guy he would scream Energizer and then go oi like he was punching the TV. And he was the co character. And they each had 18-wheelers that could turn into different things. Like the Australian guy's 18-wheeler could break off and turn into a sports car. And Sam Jones's had like a bubble nose chopper built into the front of the rig. So when he stopped the rig and the sides popped off, the chopper came out and he could fly off in the chopper. Damn. And it was all like hyper futurist. It was kind of like Knight Rider.
Wait, what was the name of that one?
Highwaymen.
Highwaymen. Okay.
Yeah, there was a bunch of TV shows, believe it or not, for like the people that were like in the secondary stuff in the 80s. Like the bad guy from the Karate Kid, John Kreese. I can't remember his real name. The actor who played the Cobra Kai guy.
Yeah.
The sensei. He was in a TV show called Doing Hard Time on Planet Earth, which was also really funny. If you can come across that. I have like a really crappy DVD set I got from I think it was Monster Mania when I went there. The same place I got my Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy's Nightmares.
Okay. He was asking about the 80s one, by the way, just to backtrack a little.
Yeah, the 80s one, what they did to save on money, they hired Dolph Lundgren and they set it on Earth instead of having it in Eternia. And they couldn't do Orko, so they made up a whole new character, which was the guy Billy Barty, the little person actor. And they called it, it was Gwildor. Actually, if they just put feet on like a whatever the magician was, I can't remember his name right now, but he's probably on the shirt somewhere. Orko. If they put feet on Orko and just had it go that way, they could have done it. It was just a case of it was done by Canon, and I don't think the Salkinds, the guys that were in charge of doing the movies, at the time, knew what they were doing. They just knew He-Man, big toy. It's making a lot of money. Let's put together a crappy movie. It's the same thing they did with Superman 2 and 3. Like Superman 2 and 3 were also made by Canon, and they were horrible movies.
Yeah.
But I still like it. I watched it the other day. Oh, wait, we got somebody joining us? Or are you looking up?
Oh, no, that's just me trying to share the screen.
Oh
in
no,
this
that's
manner
fine.
right here, so people can have a little visual aid. But yeah, anyway, this takes too long, and I only have one screen. So let me get back to this. Let's see. Some little boy one kind of okay. Part Masters of the Universe movie. He got crappy part in it, but I'm still jealous. The first one, 17, looks like a highwayman.
What was that?
And Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, he was the boyfriend of Courtney Cox.
There we go.
Yeah, he was in a couple of things. It's like I was just saying the other night that talking about Voyager, The Rock was in an episode of Voyager where he had to fight 7 of 9, and then you also had Sarah Silverman was in a two-parter on that show too.
Well, Andre's jealous of your shirt. See, man, everyone loves your shirt.
Hey, Laura, everybody loves the shirt.
Aww. Oh.
She said good. And when am I going to start campaigning for president? You don't want me as president. I'd be just as bad as every other president there is, because it's not the president that runs anything. It's the Illuminati that runs everything. But we won't go into that. Oh, my wife said I'd be a billion times better than Trump, but we're not going to get political on this show.
We don't have to.
Or a lot of people will hate me.
Pages, Films, and Plastics. Welcome to the stream, man. Mel's talking about some Masters of the Universe and some other films right now, so he's dropping the knowledge, everybody. Hi, Mel from Pages, Films, and Plastics.
Let me see.
Andre, when will you admit you have a crush on Bret Hart? Ooh, Matt, cut it out.
I don't know. Do you want to? What direction do you want to continue talking about some crappy movies, or like not crappy movies, but like some gems, or?
That's up to you guys, man. Do you want to hear Mel talk about more movies? Ask him any questions you want. He's here for you guys.
Yeah, hold on a minute. You ask that question, though.
Yeah, man, bring the visual aids. Yeah, guys, go on. Ask some questions so we can let's see. Move this along and stuff. Oh man, that's some good figures there, man.
Well, we're not having too much trouble moving it along. I just want to make sure I keep people entertained.
I hear you. Hey man, we got more viewers than usual, so you're people love Mel. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. That makes no sense.
People are gonna laugh when they see the stack of stuff go past the camera.
If they see it. There we go. Well, there you go.
I brought discussion material.
All right, let's catch up on some of these though. Horror movies from Pages, Films, and Plastics. Ever have an NES Little Samson, Mel?
Yes, I have.
He did.
I had the real thing, which I sold, and I had a really good reproduction, which I sold.
Nice. Hi, Wayne's girl. Welcome. Cheap as bricks. What's up, Aaron? How's it going, bud? Mel? Yeah, Mel. Mel, you know Aaron. Flea market, he buys Legos. Sells Legos too. Yeah, he's here.
Blonde guy, or
is he? Are you blonde, Aaron? I don't remember.
Always wears the vest.
I don't know if he wears a vest. I don't know, man. I'll tell you later.
Okay, my favorite restaurant in South Jersey. I gotta do this as like a multi-part thing because I do restaurants in levels. My favorite pizza in New Jersey is Red Star Pizza. It's on 206 in Vincenttown, New Jersey. It's in the Red Lion Plaza, right before the Circle. They make hands down the best pizza I've ever had, and they do a Sicilian that is awesome. If you want, like I said, it's multi-part. If you want chicken, like buffalo chicken or anything like that, there's a little place called One More Bar and Grill that's also on 206 as you're heading towards Chemung. It's they're if you've ever had piccalilli, they're along the same thing. It's like a spicy sweet sauce that they put on their buffalo tails. I don't like wings. If I'm going to eat something, I want it all to be nice white meat, and they fry them just to the point to where they're a tiny bit over dry. Then they soak them in the sauce, and then they have this blue cheese sauce that they give you with the wings or whatever you order. And God knows what they make it with, but I could eat that on anything. That blue cheese sauce, I could eat on pizza. I could eat it on Ritz crackers. I could eat it on bacon, whatever you want to put it on.
Yeah, man.
Nazar knows my favorite breakfast sandwich place.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Mike the Market, man. The little trailer in the corner.
My favorite steakhouse is actually down in Virginia. But New Jersey, my wife and I like to go to just the regular Lone Star Steakhouse or Texas Roadhouse. There's also McCaffrey's, which was on Route 9, which just burnt down, but they rebuilt it.
Okay.
So they'll be open soon. But Columbus Pizza is my third favorite pizza. You know what I mean? And then you have your junk food pizza, which is junk food pizza is Little Caesars, Domino's, Papa John's. It's it's pizza, but it's not real pizza. You know what I mean? So real pizza is pizza. The guys get dough thrown in the air. They make their own sauce. They do the But all right. So, any more questions? What's the next question?
Yeah, here you go. Your biggest regret selling an item at the flea market, I guess, from your collection.
Well, it was for an extremely important reason. I needed some money for my wedding, so I sold my Omega Supreme. I had a complete Omega Supreme in the box, and I let it go, and it covered what we needed it to cover. But I don't regret letting it go. It's just something down the road I'd like to, if I could just find the set, the robot with all the pieces, so I could have them sitting on the shelf. The only thing I think I actually regret having to let go, though, and it's got nothing to do with toys, was my uncle had a pistol that he was going to will to me, and he never got to put it in his will. And I had taken care of him through his last days with emphysema and everything. And in order to not cause any trouble between his family and our family, I had to let it go. It was, it was an 1890s Colt revolver. So, wow. But other than that, most of the time I can just let things go as things. You know what I mean? Unless they have extra. There's some things like my wife knows I still have my original Sega Genesis from when I was a kid.
Nice.
And most of the games that my mom bought me, there's certain things that people bought me, like what is it? The Splatterhouse 3. I'll never sell that because Dan gave it to me. It's it's like people take the time to go and find something that you're really looking for, and it's like the things that my wife give me. They'll I'll have them out until she gets me something else to put up on, but I'm not going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It'll either go into storage and I'll go out and look at it every once in a while. You know what I mean? It's just like every shirt she buys me, I make sure it goes into rotation, and I try to wear every shirt that she's bought me. So there's so many character shirts. Like when I was living at home, before I met her, I was a guy that was very Spartan when it came to clothing. I had five shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 1 pair of shoes, and 1 pair of boots. And I didn't have all this fancy going out stuff. And then when I met her, it was like inspiration to start bettering myself, and you know what I mean? So
that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, and now whenever she gives me something, it's like it's awesome. It's like, we go out together and I look at a coat and I'm actually worried about how the coat will make me look rather than, oh, well, the coat just keep me warm and we'll keep mud off of it. So, you know.
Nice, man. What's up, Bruce? Welcome. Let's see. There was another one. Today, a flea market in my area opened up and made it a drive-through flea market. Any talks about your flea markets doing anything like that? Not that I know of. Do you? Is our flea market trying to do like a drive-through BS?
Do we know?
I don't know.
No, Columbus, well, New Jersey, they extended the shutdown into what is it, into June, babe? June 3rd now.
There you go.
That means we're still, and let me tell you something, and I'll try not to get too serious about anything. My wife and I and my mother-in-law, we took a ride down to Cape May. We just wanted to go down and see the ocean and everything, take a ride around. Nobody is wearing masks, and it infuriates me. Like, it got to the point where I started getting anxiety because we're riding through this town, and people are walking right up to your car with your windows are half open, and it's like, it's still not that time yet. It'll get back to a time where you can walk past somebody without a mask on and be like, "Hey, dude, what's going on?" But it's not. It's not now. It may be September. It may be November. But right now.
No, you're fine. Keep going. I'm just highlighting people's comments and stuff so they can read.
Comments, we
got 21 viewers.
Me, myself, and I, and I have to think about everybody. Whether I'm doing to somebody else.
What my wife just said was accurate. People need to start thinking about everybody, not just me, myself, and I. Am I going to feel comfortable wearing a mask? Me, I can't. I don't like stuff on my face, but I'm forced. Like my wife and her mom, they both have compromised immune systems. So when it comes to grocery shopping, I got to go do it. I don't, and I actually have fun doing it. You go out, grocery shop, I'm extremely slow. That's my only problem. I take forever with everything I do. But, I'd rather me take the chance than them getting sick and something serious happening. But I always make sure my face is covered. I always make sure I got my hands covered in gloves. When I come out of the store, gloves go in the trash. Wipe my hands with hand sanitizer before I touch my car or any of the groceries, and that's it. It's that's simple, and I don't know why people just can't, do that. But let's get off of that now. So,
no, dude, I'm with you, man. Same thing. We can have a whole live stream about dumbasses that don't follow the rules and try to murder people with their breath.
Well, you saw my Facebook post about it. Your strangest interaction you have had with a buyer all of the years selling at the Flea?
Dude, Mel, which one?
Yeah, there's the gem woman. That's Dan. There's the guy that looks like Riff Raff from Rocky Horror that hit on Tim.
Yeah, Aaron, there's honestly every time we're at the market. What's up?
Okay. The strangest interaction I ever had was the guy that tried to steal Shovel Knight off of me. Because he walked up and he picked the game out of the thing and he's like, "How much is it?" Shovel Knight at the time was going for $25. So it was a physical copy. And I told him, I said, "I want $15 for it." So he acts like he puts it back in the box. He's looking through some other stuff. And then I look in the box and it's not back in the box and he's like walking away. I'm like, "Excuse me, sir." Excuse me. He takes off running. So I just go booking after him. Nobody knows what I'm doing. I just scream, "Hey, you MF thief!" And I take off after him. Zeddy, the 65-year-old African American guy that works next to us, who's a great guy. He goes running the other way. I thought he was like running off to go get the security or cops or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he runs off down the aisle. I'm running behind the guy. I'm probably within 50 feet of catching him. Then you just see Zeddy, a 70-year-old man, outpacing this guy coming across the front. I look over my shoulder. There's Mike Amato and Transformers Mike coming behind me, and these two older guys that heard me screaming and like throwing stuff at this guy as I was running past. He's like, "Oh, there's a thief! We got to get after the thief." So finally, we trace him. He looks and he's like, he tries to hide behind a car, and Zeddy's just coming right for him. So he walks out and he walks up with his head down, and he's like, "How much do you want for it?" I said, "I don't want your damn dirty money. Just give me the game back." And if I had known he had stolen from other people, I would have taken his whole bag, because he apparently had been walking around the entire sale just stealing from people all day. But I haven't seen him back up there.
Yeah, that's all he asked. How much do you want for it? Like, how about I give you a knuckle sandwich for it?
It was close. Zeddy said, "Don't do anything. It's going to get you in trouble, buddy."
Yeah.
And then, and then Scottish or Mike Amato and the other Mike came running up behind me, and it's like the guy's like, if he was going to try anything, it was going to be real bad. So
I don't know who would try anything with you, Mel.
I got the game back, and just because of that guy, I put it out for $20. I'm like, if I ran for it, so I'm raising the price on it. I don't care. And somebody bought it. They bought it the following Sunday. I was like, "Oh, that's a good price." I'm like, "All right, glad you're happy." I said, "You want to hear the story about that game?"
Yeah.
I come back. My future in-laws and my mom and dad are just sitting there like, "Why'd you run? He could have shot you." I'm like, I ain't losing a game. I don't deal with that. Now I'm a little bit smarter. That happens. I'm taking a baseball bat or something. But
yeah. Well, you could also just grab him by the face and pick him up. But whatever.
Well, I don't know. Have you had anybody weird like that in this? Well, you used to get a golden nugget too, so.
Dude, I mean, I've had thieves steal stuff from me as well, but whatever. I just if I didn't see you steal from me, what am I gonna do?
It's Mateo.
Oh no, this is well, this is Mr. Plevin.
I call him Mateo.
Okay. This guy
because he didn't tell me how to spell his name in my phone, so it
okay. Yeah, he's here. Shut down another month. Yep. Let's see. Chicken fried steak. Mel, ever driven a one stack Mac with a sack shack in the back, all the way to the okay. Chicken fried steak, man. Come on.
I don't know. I've driven a dual stack to Maine.
Chicken fried steak. You got a rhyme there. Am I early this time? Creative Bantha, we're 43 minutes in, so sure.
Wow, that flew by quick.
It does, dude. That's why 4 hours is easy. Let's see. What's up, guys? From Sean Purdom. What's up, man?
Being good today?
Yep, we were waiting for you to start, bruh. Creative Bantha. Nice. All right. Yeah, they were scumbags, Aaron. That was me. Sorry, bro. Hey, Brian's in the house. He's calling us fools. What's up, bitch? Let's see. Chiba. Damn you, Maddie. Chicken. LOL. It was Matt. All right, cool. Sorry, I'm just catching up. There's a bunch of comments, so I'm just kind of going through them. What is one of the few mentions of things you came across in the wild? Didn't get it, but only to later find out that it was a huge score that you missed out. Some that you missed out, but it was amazing, and you regret for not picking it up.
Yeah. Bonk's Adventure for the Nintendo.
What was it?
I didn't know it was worth that much. Bonk's Adventure for the Nintendo.
Okay.
I thought it at the time. This is when I first started. I bought a whole bunch of other games. This is I'm talking about before I even started Sonic Columbus. I just threw on stuff on eBay, and I picked up every game except Bonk's Adventure. And I think Bonk is like a $900 game now.
Damn.
For the Nintendo. I might be wrong.
Really? It's that much? I mean, I've come across that before. Like, I've had it before. It wasn't worth that much. It was years ago, of course, but
I think it's worth that much. I can't check now. Maybe you can check and see. But
it's all good. You guys can look it up for yourselves.
And if it's not worth that much, then I didn't miss out on anything. But when I first started buying games, I was in a town called Mefford, and they were having a town-wide sale, and there was like two sales right next to each other. One guy had 220 Nintendo games in a box. He wanted $50 for the box, and there was a Nintendo at the bottom. And I only had $35, so the guy's like, "Oh, I'll take 35." I'm like, "That's fine, go home." And this is before I knew you, Nazar. That Metal Storm was in there. The one you like.
Yeah, dude, I'm still looking for Metal Storm. Jesus, that was in that $50 box.
Yeah, Metal Storm was in that $50 box. I also got Contra 1 through Contra Force. There was just a whole bunch of games. That's what got me into it, because I had bought it and I'm like, how am I going to afford my my car insurance, because I spent half my car insurance money on yard sales with my dad that day. So I went home and I started listing stuff on eBay, starting the auctions at like $5 a piece. Before you knew it, I paid my insurance for the entire year out of that box. So that's what got me. Yeah, Brian was there when that happened.
Yeah, I'm just catching this up. It's principal. Yeah. Dude, and yeah, Bonks is about $800. I just looked it up. I don't know if you saw me sharing the screen.
Yeah, I saw it.
Matt has your back if you need it. We all got your back, Mal. Come on.
Well, here, I'm going to bring my friend on real quick.
All right. I'm going to catch up with these comments. Mel, what is the jewel of your collection? Oh, yeah, we'll save that one.
This is my buddy Jake from State Farm.
No, hey, bud. That's a chill little bunny.
Yeah, pain sometime. I love him though. We named him after the guy on TV. But I always tell Jake up at Columbus we named him after him.
Oh man, that's adorable. Wow, he is the chillest bunny I've ever seen.
Say hi to everybody, Jake.
Yeah, James, say hi. Let's zoom in on that little bunny.
He's gonna hide. It's okay,
That's
buddy.
all right.
All right, you want to go back to Mom? Okay.
Duh.
He's being a little scratchy.
Man, hey everybody, thank you for the questions. We can't keep up with these. Mel, next question. What's the jewel of your collection, man?
Like the goofy jewel is that little V guy that I showed earlier. Let me.
Yeah.
Here.
Nice. Aaron, you're killing it with the questions today. Thanks, man.
Another bin of
Sean Purdom. All right.
Stuff to show off if people want to see it.
Nice. Well, we'll get to that in 1 second, guys. As soon as I catch up on all these questions you got.
This is besides a lot of stuff in South America. They put this guy out, and they put out a toy 45 pistol and a toy machine gun. They never put the toy laser gun out like that, but they put out something called a 45er and a machine gun. And this was the only other toy that they put out from V. Sorry, I have to use that. Now, his mask has never been off. I don't want to pull it off and take the chance of ruining it, because the sunglasses, you lose them, that's 90% of the value right there. But underneath of this is a lizard head with his tongue sticking out, like the movie V. And when I got him, I got 3 actually. They were all in the box, and the boxes fell apart. Steve has the other one. The third one went to a pawn shop in Mount Holly. You know the circumstances of that, Nazar. So, but I put him on the turntable so you can see him.
Oh!
Check out my booty.
Look at that turntable. It's all hot. Oh no!
That's it for that guy.
Let's see what's next.
My real jewel in my collection though is my Jetfire. My Jetfire and that other Veritech fighter that we had on last show. They're my two favorite things. Like there may be other things that I'm kind of floaty sometimes, but those are my two steady things. My favorite thing in the world is my wife. But second,
she's not a thing.
She's probably listening.
I know.
She was sitting there on the couch for the longest time with the bunny.
Nice.
She just
hey, Maggie's my number one, man. All this other stuff is just fun stuff to look at.
Video game wise, it's this one.
There you go, Splatterhouse, dude. I wish I had any of those.
Get Eric to put it on your Genesis Classic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I was just gonna get him to do it. Then this whole outbreak happened, so I couldn't get it done.
This one right here, Rocket Knight Adventures.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a story behind this one. That's why I keep this one. My wife, when we first started dating, she found her Genesis in the garage with with her games, and she wanted me to sell it for some extra money. So I sold it, and I wanted to keep something out of it for myself. So I bought that for $25 myself, so I could keep one of her games. Just to be.
That's awesome, dude.
And then, of course, my mom got that for me for my birthday in 1991. And I think me and my buddies, it was myself, Wes Hitchens, and one of the other guys that I used to hang around with then. We spent almost 48 hours straight playing this game.
Woo. You
have to mine stuff in that game. But we'll wait until we talk about some, more games down along the line. I'll show you what else is in the box.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What was this? Sean Purdom from Knoxville, Tennessee. 33-year-old wrestling, Ghostbusters, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, TMNT, Batman, Joker, horror, blah blah blah. Oh, you just love that stuff? Awesome. Happy to be a part of the community. Aaron, man, welcome, dude. You're always part of the community, bro. Let's see. What was next?
I'm just glad everybody enjoys hearing me talk.
Dude, we got 31 people watching. This is the most I've ever had on one of my live streams at once. So
come on, people, ask questions. Don't be afraid. I mean, even if you insult me, the worst I can do is tell you to.
No, they got questions. I'm just trying to catch up. I'm trying to go through all these comments. Matt's favorite thing is Nas. That's good, man. Mountain City area, Tennessee. Cool. Mel, would you rather have sealed or open toys and video games?
I'd rather have them open. What's the point of having them sealed? I mean, if I were doing it for an investment thing, where I knew it was going to be some insane value down the road, then yeah, I keep a seal. I get one to open and I get one to seal. But in the current economy and the way things are for me, I'm just happy if I find if I come across the Transformer and his arm's broke, but he's in good shape, and I know I can find the arm someplace else to unscrew it, put a new arm on, and find his weapons.
Yeah,
that's a collector's piece to me.
Yeah,
well, and I fixed that Jetfire you have, didn't I?
Yeah, that Jetfire got broken again, man. I need a new one. The arm thing.
Those are notorious.
It fell down from about 8 feet, so I think I'm gonna look for a complete one and just spend money on it.
Yeah, either that or you can ask Dwayne down in Virginia.
Oh yeah, well we need to go there again.
I know he put together like 30 of them. So.
Okay. Hey, well, next time you talk to him. Eric, welcome, man. Good to see you here. Good question.
Yeah, right? Just let me know. I'll see what he's got. I mean, do you want it perfect or you just want Jetfire?
To be honest with you, at this point, I want him to be I want him to be white, not yellow.
Then we're better off just finding you one like I bought at the toy store then.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. At this point, for my collection, I just want stuff to be nice, and then I'll die, and my kids can sell it.
Sheen, or Scene, how do you say your name? I don't want to insult you. You're not late. I was late.
Yeah, you're not late, man. Michael Hernandez, hello from Bo Bro Firma. What's up? The new home. That's right, Sean. Oh shit, I had that space game. What was it called?
Starflight.
There you go. Bruce, Mel, what's your top 5 horror films? That's a question we'll wait 1 minute for, Bruce. And yes, Nazar, I meant to say I'm a fan of these things and collector of those things. Nice, nice, nice. And my Jetfire has the leftover parts nobody else needed. No such thing as junk toy. All right, man. Cool. All right, man. Ooh, Mel's brought something.
Well, I did have it sit in the background. It's, what the hell is it? The Fortress Maximus. The one that was at Ollie's for $50.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was trying to do set decoration since I don't have like a designated. I don't trust it there. There we go. Come on. Thank you. All right, I'm back. I talked all my toys. Oh, but my favorite robot in the world is the robot from the Queen cover.
Nice.
Is he from the past or is he from the future?
Or is he from the another dimension? Yeah, I love that cover, by the way.
That whole Family Guy episode about that was hilarious. All right, so they want to know our top 5 horror films. You want to do that, Nazar?
Dude, that's all you, man. That's a question for Mel. I'm just the host, my friend. People are here for you.
I thought we were both doing this.
I'm here too, but they're asking you. It says, Mel, what's your top 5 horror films?
All right.
You already asked me all this. I already done like 8 streams.
Top 5. Number 5 would be the 1970s version of Dawn of the Dead. Okay. I love that movie. I have the definitive collection. I love every version of that movie that they have out. I like the new version. That would be probably 15 on my list. The Zack Snyder remake. But Fast Zombies are kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, and 28 Days Later isn't a zombie movie, but don't get me started on that. They're just sick people. Let's see.
I Am Legend. That's not zombies.
Number 4, I'm going to say The Evil Dead.
Oh.
Number 3 is Evil Dead 2.
You're all about the zombies, aren't you?
Well, I can't say Army of Darkness because that's a comedy.
Okay. Dark comedy.
So yeah. So I'm on 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 would have to be Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, which was a made-for-TV movie from 1975, I believe, that starred Larry Drake from I can't remember the TV show he was on where he played a mildly mentally handicapped man. He was also Durant in Darkman, the mobster in Darkman who liked to take people's fingers. He played a mentally handicapped man who would hide inside a scarecrow in the field whenever the townspeople would start chasing him.
Oh,
and
right.
One day, a little girl gets attacked by a dog, and it almost kills her, but he saves her, and they accuse him of, attacking the little girl, and everybody, it goes from there. They track him down, and it goes from there. It's a really good movie. Scream Factory put out an excellent transfer of that, and it also comes with another movie called The Regulators. I believe so. If you get the early edition, it comes with The Regulators. It's like all Stream Factory's DVDs most of the time. Like if you bought Troll and Troll 2, you got the documentary, which is better than both movies. I can't remember the best worst movie. That's what it was called. And number one on my list would probably be The Legend of Boggy Creek, the one I showed last week, the Bigfoot movie.
Okay.
Because there used to be a horror movie show on that me and my father would watch. I can't remember if it had a name or anything like that, or if it even had a host. I think it may have just been Channel 29's Spooky Saturday double feature.
Yeah.
And I saw The Legend of Boggy Creek. Me and my father watched that, and it was The Curse of Bigfoot in like a double feature on like a rainy day.
Oh,
and you know, from that point on, I love that movie. And Pamela Pierce, the daughter of the guy that made the Boggy Creek, just did the 4K restoration, the one I was telling you about last week. And go on YouTube and look at the comparisons. What they did with that movie is amazing.
Nice.
Because I didn't even know there was a Bigfoot in the movie when I saw it originally. Like the DVD I had, like it was so grainy and foggy. They cleaned this, like it looks like a new movie. I mean, it's a 70s movie. You're gonna have people in bell bottoms and chewing Red Man and but anyway, but that's my top five, and it may not be like everybody. You know what I mean? But they're the ones that like. So what we got next?
I'm just gonna say I don't know if mine are horror, but I really, as you know, I love the Langoliers. I love anything Jason. I love May, about a girl that chops up people to make a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm more into like thrillery type films, like Interview with a Vampire, stuff like that. So, and I do love a lot of classic ones, like the original black and white. What was it called? Dawn of the Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one. Stuff. Yeah, I can't really think of much right now, but yeah, let me catch up on all this. There's so much. Okay.
Did you get to watch Drive Angry yet?
Nah. Dude, I don't even know. These things, collector of this. Okay. My Jetfire. Okay. Yeah, buddy, on the butt.
What's he saying? Jetfire brings all the boys to the yard.
It does. There was something about your wife here somewhere. Wayne's girl, pretty close to me. No offense, nor any. I will. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, I'm way. What's this? Mel, how good are the horror conventions in your area, and ever pick up something memorable from those conventions?
Well, the Monster Mania convention, I'm not going to put it down. I'm not big on going for the stars. I like going and looking at the merchandise. And the best time to do that is like 1:00 in the afternoon on the last day when they don't charge you to come in because all the stars have left by then. Tim Buchanan, from here, and Amy and my wife and I went and paid on the day when there were supposed to be stars there.
Uh-huh.
We didn't pay to actually get our pictures taken. Some of the stars actually got their pictures taken with us in the background. But like we saw the guy from Jaws. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, he looked miserable. He looked like he didn't want to be there at all.
Which
he
guy?
Just, the guy with the glasses. Hoover. I can't remember his name. He was also on Stand By Me.
Oh, Will Wheaton? No.
Will Wheaton. But then, you just see some other people and you just feel bad.
You still there?
Yeah, did you mute me?
Yeah, your audio's in a background. It's kind of crappy, but it's okay. We can still hear you. Has your wife ever surprised you with a hole?
Is this better?
It's not because of you. It's I think it's your. Yeah, like you just sound like you're further away right now.
Yes, my wife has surprised him. I went and sold at the Merchantville Toy Show with Dan and I think it was Star Wars Mike and Transformers Mike. Did you go to that, Nazar? The one play with his toys sets up?
No, I didn't. The outside one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go that one.
Well, anyway, I told my wife and her mother were going to go out and go to a couple of yard sales and spend a day out, doing mother-daughter stuff. And I said, well, don't spend too much, and just surprise me with whatever you get when you get home. When I get home, get my shower, get cleaned up and everything. She's like, so you want to see what I got? I'm like, yeah, okay. So we take all the boxes out back. We have a huge, some people saw the pictures of this on the website. We have a huge glass table in the backyard, like a picnic table. We covered that entire table with video games from one end to the other for, I think, $35. She picked up over 125 games, Xboxes, Blu-ray DVD players. She picked up a steering wheel for a ship that had a solid brass ring in the center.
Oh wow!
All kinds of stuff. All kinds of fishing stuff, crab traps. It was like, she's like, oh yeah, we only did this for about an hour, and then we went off and did more. And I'm going through the games. I go through all the games. I price them out. $5 pile, $2 pile, or this just goes with the machine when I sell it. First game I pull off the top of the pile, I had never heard of it. Obscure for PS2. $100 right off the top of the pile. She paid $25 for it.
Wow.
Free.
She just told me she got that one for free.
Oh my god.
Buy five, get one free.
It was buy five, get one free.
Oh my god.
So I listed that on Facebook. Got a bunch of angry, nasty comments. And I had somebody that wanted to buy it. So I sold it to him. Very nice guy. He's got the game now. But anyway, go through. What she bought covered that entire table. And she's like, I bought all these GameCube games, but I didn't know if they were worth anything. Super Smash Brothers, Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion. What's the other? Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door for GameCube, or was that I think that was Wii. It's like off of what she spent. It was just like we paid for enough to go away for the weekend. So that was perfect.
Yo, Mel, I'm gonna answer a question that's for me, and while I'm doing that, turn off your phone and turn it on again. There you go. My favorite 3 to 5 toys we got in 2020 so far. It would have to be my Back to the Future Delorean and Playmobil. I'm totally happy with that. I also got my looking Megazord over there. That was number 2. I don't remember the rest, but yeah, I've been picking up quite a bit this year, to be honest with you. All right, let's see how Mel's doing. All right, let's test you out.
How do I sound?
Oh, keep going.
Hello?
There you go.
Can you hear me? All right, I'm talking. So what did I
It's
miss?
better than it was before. Oh, Eric.
Master Chief.
Oh man.
I
Shinobi.
want Hardy Skeleton.
I'd be Shinobi. I'd say Metroid, but that's a lady, so I'm gonna have to be Shinobi, the ninja.
Yeah. Well, I want to be Master Chief or one of the. I think it was by the end of Part 4 they could make anybody a Spartan. So I'd rather just be me as a Spartan.
There you go.
Because he can run like 65 miles an hour.
If I could have Metroid's power, and I could still be a dude with the dingling, that's the one I'd be.
Sounds like a 50 song.
What do y'all think of American Werewolf in London? I love that movie. Dude, there you go. That's one of my horror films. I liked it.
That is an excellent movie. Truthfully, I'm going to tell you, from the time I was 11 until I was 21, I didn't watch a movie that wasn't horror. I refused to watch anything else. Like when my dad, when we first got our VCR when I was like 6 or 7 years old, my dad bought a copy of Night of the Living Dead because videotapes were like $90 back then.
Yeah.
That's what kids don't realize. VHS tapes, when they first came out, it's not like, oh, you just go to Walmart and you buy Sonic the Hedgehog off the thing. The video store got Sonic the Hedgehog first. Then, while it's doing its video run, they're producing all the other tapes that they will eventually sell for $20.
Mm-hmm.
But the first run, and from working in a video store, the first runs of those tapes were $109 a piece. Terminator 2, when it came out, was $250 per cassette for a video store to own. But back then, it was what they would all do. VCRs were expensive, but if you bought 2 good ones, you never had to buy real VHS tapes. You just bought a blank and you rented the movie. Put it in, tape it, there. You got the movie. But but with American Werewolf, I don't know how you got off on that. But American Werewolf in London, I saw that when I was really young. It's like my sisters were babysitting me, and they put it on and say, "Oh, watch what the wolf's going to do. It's going to kill somebody, and you got to watch it because you're a little kid, and I'm going to scare the hell out of you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's," I eventually got to where like, "Oh, can we watch the movie with the bloody things?" And like, I'd be up, like when my mom and dad would go to bed, I'd sneak back out into the living room and take the big old-fashioned cable box that we had, where you would click like USA was number 2, then you put the little clicker all the way down, and then you turn the little tuning knob about halfway, and it brought in USA. And on USA at 10 o'clock every Friday and Saturday, they had the USA horror flicks or whatever it was. It was like, it would start down this long tunnel where it would like be like a film projector, and it would show scenes from Poltergeist. If you look it up on YouTube, you can find the what I'm talking about. And you go through and it would show it, and then finally it would get to the end, like the screen would break in and be like, ah! And it'd be like they would start the movie. It wouldn't. So I used to watch that for years. Then I found out that if you watch Saturday Night Live all the way till the end, there was a show called Saturday Night Dead with the man-eater from Manioc. She was a TV horror host on Channel 3 for, I think, 3 or 4 years. They syndicated her. I watched it as long as I could. But all you can find on YouTube of her is, like, the opening of the show, where they play, like, that like, weird, old-fashioned 20s music, and it's her running around the streets of New Jersey, Then, when USA started doing their Commander USA's groovy movies, right after the USA Cartoon Express, it was like Saturday. I didn't even go outside. You would watch cartoons all through the morning, unless you had to go do something stupid like soccer or something like that. And then you watch the Cartoon Express, and then it would be like, oh, deep from underneath a New Jersey mall, it's Captain or Commander USA's groovy movies. Yeah. And it would have he was the host. He would come out and light a cigar, and he would take the ashes from the cigar and make like a face on his hand and put a little cape on it, and that would be his like puppet. And he'd be like, "Oh, we're watching it." And they would have Friday the 13th, Chud, all the really crappy, they played Friday the 13th Part 5 all the time, I guess, because it was the cheapest one to get. But that was one of the ones I really liked. And I saw USA Up All Night. Yeah, we watched that a lot too, unless Monster Vision was on. TNT's Monster Vision, and then it became Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah. That was from your previous talk. I'm
Oh,
losing.
yeah, the running tapes from the video store.
If I'm missing some of you guys' comments or questions, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. There was one from 8-Byte Brian. What's your favorite toy line, Mel and Nas? What's your second favorite toy line other than Power Rangers? What's your favorite toy line, Mel?
It used to be G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe?
But it just took up way too much room. I had every vehicle, every figure, I had a giant silver storage trailer that I put everything in. I even had the aircraft carrier in a big tent shed because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. But eventually, as things go on, you change with things and you want to get motorcycles. I thought I got away from that stuff, but eventually priorities shift and you lose interest in something, and you switch to another thing. And I went to Transformers and just oddball stuff. I don't collect any, like, it's like this. If I saw like the V comic book, I might pick it up, but I'm not going to hunt down the entire collection. It's just like albums that I had on the wall. Like when I had everything dressed up, I was going to show, make it look kind of nice when I sat down. You could see all the stuff on the wall behind me.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge vinyl collection, but if I find, say, the soundtrack to Highlander on vinyl, I'm going to buy it. But like Metallica, no, I get that on CD. It's not anything. It's just like Battle Beasts. I have a couple of Battle Beasts. I'm not going to go out and look for the entire line. I like Transformers, and when I can pick one up, I'll pick one up. And if I can't, then I just wait until I can. It's it's not one of those things where I set money aside for it, or unless it's something I really want, then I'll like kind of start saving a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there. But as with anything, if anything else ever comes up, you got to take care of other things before you.
Yeah. To answer that same question, I honestly the same answer as Mel. I don't really have toy lines. I collect, even with Power Rangers, I don't collect everything. And like, if I like it, I like it. I mean, I have a huge collection of Back to the Future stuff, which consists of cars, different companies, stuff like that. I have Power Rangers. I have other Bandai stuff. I have Japanese monsters, kaijus, whatever. I like Transformers. It's just whatever I like. I don't necessarily like every single toy from that toy line. I just pick and choose the stuff I like, and that's what I display and look at. So, yeah, same as Mel, really.
Well, it's like
his interests are much broader than mine.
Like I looked at your table the one day. It had the yellow submarine Matchbox car that's sitting in the bathroom on the shelf with all the other undersea stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's on the shelf with the little tiny Transformers and.
Let's see what's next. The bunch of bananas from Pack. Tell them. Oh, something from Mel. What's this? Tell them, Mel, crazy prices back then. Remember paying privilege rent? Oh yeah, we already been there. Okay, so everybody knows that if we pass 20, my friend Andre would get a purple nurple, but none of our ladies are gonna give us a purple nurple. This is reserved for Andre only. So, all right. Love watching Commander USA from Michael Hernandez. Okay, what's this? Sean Podren. What's the one or two toys that are your absolute holy grails? Well, Mel pretty much answered that. That chances are you will never own, and why do you think you'll never own it? Rarity, price, etc. Can you elaborate on that at all, Mel?
If there were anything, it would be that giant Omega Supreme they just put out for the Siege on Cybertron.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where I can't justify buying it. There's no You know what I mean? Or that Unicron they put out for $750.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at it, that's 2 car payments.
Yeah, exactly.
And the way my collection is, it's like, you know what I mean? It's I collect what I can find that is not going to cause any harm to, you know what I mean, the finances or anything like that. Like if I'm at Columbus and I find, oh hey, there's another mini bot that I don't have for $2, I'll buy them for $2. But if I went and it's like, and I know some people do it, it's fine. They spend $100 on like a certain robot. It's just I'm not jealous of you. It's just you have the means to do it, and my priorities are just other places.
Yeah.
You know, my collection is not like my be all. You know, a lot of people, you know, I say that to them, and they look at me like I'm like the biggest dirtball on the earth. But it's like, well, what am I going to do? You going to, you know, go out and have fun on trips,
Mel,
or
anyone that looks at you that way for those choices, you should just, you know, give them a nice big old knuckle sandwich and tell them to F off.
yeah, because if I went out and I bought like 2 or 3 boxed, you know, Mega Supremes, like the new expensive one, like the great big giant one,
Yeah.
and I could have spent that money for Laura and I to go down and spend like 3 days at the beach. I'm going to the beach. You know, I like that character, and I like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love my wife a lot more, and I love the beach a lot more. So that's where I'm going to go. You know what I mean?
Amen, brother. Amen.
I can always
let's
go over to
see.
somebody else's house and go, "Oh, that's cool." You know what I mean?
Damn. Holy crap, Eric. Thanks for the $10, brother. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
Can anybody give us more than Eric? All right, people, let's try. Try. Me and Mel will share that down the middle. And we'll buy ourselves toys.
I am looking for a cheap copy of Mad Max for PS4. Extremely cheap.
Mad Max for PS4. Wow.
The video game.
Right. Okay. Somebody let Mel know if you have that. Mel, would you resurrect any toy lines?
Okay. I loved Visionaries.
Okay.
I would bring that back. Like Visionaries and Supernaturals. The whole thing with the hologram thing when I was a kid. Like Visionaries was I think they only made like 12 episodes of the cartoon. I watched every episode of that cartoon. And then we had a store in our area called Sears Surplus.
Uh-huh.
Where all the, like when Christmas was over, my mom would do normal Christmas shopping and she would get us all kinds of cool stuff. But then, you know, if we got any money from anybody for Christmas, we would go to Sears Surplus. And that's where all the leftover G.I. Joes would be. And that's where I got the set where it was Cobra Commander with the I wish I had known then how much that thing was worth. It's worth like $1,200 now. It was just a cardboard background of missiles, and it had you got a couple of Cobra figures in Cobra Commander. Well, you know, by the time I was collecting, all my G.I. Joes have been completely gone. You know, either blown up by firecrackers or buried, or you know, you gave them to the nieces and nephews. So I didn't know Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander was a $200 figure, and I didn't know that if you had the whole base, it was $1,200. You know what I mean? But like you could go there, and every week there was always something from G.I. Joe just on the shelf, or Transformers. And the reason it would be so cheap, somebody when they opened the box with a razor cutter, sliced the window, or they sliced the box.
Oh yeah, I hate that
so
shit.
It would be Ultra Magnus for $4.99 on clearance, and you would come home with like all kinds of stuff. That's also where I got my Turbo Duo. When the Turbo Duo came out and started failing, like the TurboGrafx 16.
Oh yeah.
I got the Turbo Duo for my birthday for $100 from Sears Surplus. Brand new in the box. And it was the package. It came with the extra controller and the turbo tap. two-player thing. But yeah, I have a lot of memories of Sears Surplus, and I also, if anybody else is from the Lumberton area, the movie theater that used to be in the Lumberton Plaza, that's where we used to go for all our movies, right in there. So I hope that helps.
Man, as far as I'm concerned, honestly, I remember I lived in Ukraine up until 1990. So the sweet years of the 80s, up until I was 10 years old, my childhood was controlled by Soviet Russia. So none of the amazing toys that I really wanted, I could have, which explains why I love toys so much, because when I came to America and Canada, I got toy crazy.
But Nazar, didn't they have like Transformers made out of X-ray paper? And
I mean, probably it was probably
you get
all
that
radioactive or made out of like toxic plastic from China. That's not really plastic.
Do you get that joke?
Mercury plastic.
They used to print albums on X-ray transfers so they could get bootleg records.
Yes. My dad had those, dude. My dad had those. My dad could tell you some stories about that shit. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, hey, more super chat now, you stingy bat. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Now as we're hunting for pesky turtle wagon. Oh, you guys still looking for that stuff? Damn. Nas, my questions are for you, bro. Okay, cool. I answered. I totally bring back Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. All right. I don't think I've ever even watched anything Killer Tomatoes. Have you, Mel?
Now let me ask you this question. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was based on Return of the Killer Tomatoes, the second movie. Now, when you watch Return of the Killer Tomatoes, the main character in that movie and the secondary, the female lead in that movie, she's a tomato that was turned into a human to be a sex slave for John Astin, the guy from Addams Family. Now, how do you convert that to a Saturday morning cartoon on Fox? Because they use the same characters from Return of the Killer Tomatoes for the Saturday morning cartoon. And George Clooney is also in Return of the Killer Tomatoes. And I will say, if you ever watch it, if you remember the scene from Wayne's World where they did product placement, Return of the Killer Tomatoes did it better when you watch that movie. They get halfway through the movie and they run out of funding for the movie. So George Clooney goes, well, why don't you try product placement? They're like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, well, I could say, hey, have a nice cold Moosehead beer with that pizza. Or wouldn't you like to have a Pepsi? And they're like, oh, I think we can do that. And you see, like, everything they're doing is like you just see a Pepsi truck in the background, and then they're drinking Coke at the table, and they have RC Cola on the other side of the table. So they're like taking money from all the different companies and just overloading the screen with advertising. Oh, well, don't thank me. Thank Eric. He's on here watching. He's the one. He's the one that did it.
The guy that modded that Sega Genesis classic for Mel, and he's hopefully going to do mine as well as soon as we can.
Yeah, but Eric, you still don't have to do that. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Oh, the all right, let's see. What's next? Shout out to Mel. Okay. I'd resurrect Mega Man and T-Warrior toys.
I think I picked up a few of those. They were the ones with the magnetic ball joints.
Oh, okay. What's a couple older video games that you love to see released? Kind of like what was done with the recent Resident Evil 2 and 3 games and how they were remade, updated, and released.
Well, they're doing one now. It's one of those things where I have to wait to save up the money for it. I was going to buy the limited run, and it just wasn't in my time frame. But Streets of Rage 4, what they're doing with that is one of the best looking remakes of a game I've seen in a long time. I mean, I haven't tried any of the Resident Evils yet. I'm waiting for the price to go down on them because I'm kind of a cheap ass gamer when it comes to that. When I buy it for myself, I wait until I can get Like it took me a year to get World War II for PS4. So let me see.
Dude, if you can show off those games right now, I would love for you to do that. We're pretty much caught up on questions, so if you feel up to it, show them away.
Hopefully you can see it. There's Green Dog, the Beach Surfer dude. I would like an update of that game.
Oh man, yeah, we need more light on that one.
Let me see what I can do. Maybe it will allow me to. See, that's the problem where I'm broadcasting from. My signal isn't like the. Can you still hear and see everything okay?
Yeah, this is much better than before, so definitely. As long as the games can get a little light on them, you're good to go.
Okay.
Eric would like a remaster of Golden Sun and its 2 sequels.
All right.
And remake BMX Triple X. All right,
better?
guys. Yeah, just hold it up like steady for, maybe 5 seconds. That way the pixels will catch up to it and it'll look good. Yeah, that looks good right there.
All right. Yeah, that's it's just a simple little side scroller. I mean, like a lot of Genesis games, you throw frisbees for the enemies and all that stuff. Let's see what Mel has. I would like to see an update of this one.
Oh, Musha, dude, I've been hunting for that forever.
Would love to see an update of that.
Metal Storm for me. I love that genre.
Same with this one. Galleries.
Oh, okay. It took a second to render. Man, dude, I wish I had some money. I would totally pay for your internet so that we could have these live streams in perfect digital harmony.
This one I would like a. This is a replay copy, but it's Moonwalker, and they added in Thriller into the cemetery level.
Oh, was that like a hack or?
Yeah, Thriller wasn't authorized for that game. Let me see. What else do we have in here? Here's my copy of Contra Hard Corps. Yeah. My mom got me. I would really like them to remake Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego for the Master System.
Hey, I used to watch that show all the time. I love that show. While I was in middle school.
Most of my games that I would like to see redone are shooters.
Yeah, me too. Dude, totally. Now I know why we're friends.
This is Hellfire.
Nice. Do you have what's it called? Come on, it just left my head. Truxton. Well, can you hear me, dude? Uh-oh.
Hi?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you have Truxton?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Oh, okay. Do you, is it like one of your favorite games, or it's kind of okay? What's your opinion?
Truxton is actually a bootleg, so if you want it, I'll sell it to you for what I got it for.
All right, we'll talk, for sure. I still have my Genesis console. Oh my God, hell yeah.
I think I paid $7.99 for it.
Yeah, sold. I'll give you $10.
Well, that's with shipping, Aaron. So that's perfect. What would you? What's that say? What was your favorite stand-up arcade video game that you will play for hours? Ninja Turtles.
That's a
I
Star
didn't have to
Wars
think about
Mike
that.
right there. Yes, Ninja Turtles and X-Men also, and Street Fighter 2. Those are my three.
No, Captain America and the Avengers was the one that was started with that.
Yes, that's a good one
We're
too.
like, "Oh," and then we're like, dun, 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 dun.
Anyone like Werewolf of NES?
I liked it until I beat it, and
Oh,
then it's like, why did I waste the time?
oh, really? Oh no. What
Now,
else you got there?
it's a shame that they released this with the. Hey, Mike. It's a shame they released this with the Sylvester
yeah.
Stallone release. Sorry, there we go.
Yeah, I got that
But
game from you at the market, actually.
This and the Super Nintendo version were actually very good games. But all my other ones are just typical, like Dinosaur for Hire. Then there's Check In the Forever Man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Two Crew Dudes.
Nice.
Yeah, but Troubleshooter.
Let's see if that'll be there. There we go.
There we go. It's just me trying to get it. There we go. Again, another shooter game. Then, of course, we have a couple of 32X games floating around in there.
Whoop, whoop.
Dude.
So everything you're showing are kind of like some of your favorite games.
It's everything I had when I was a kid, and then some bootlegs. There was like 2 or 3 bootlegs in there. Like,
so everyone that didn't catch that, he's showing off his childhood games.
Sparkster is a bootleg, of course. You can see the little cutout on the side. Damn it! There we go.
Yeah, left is right, right is left.
But yeah, and then there's like Alien 3, the typical games you get when you're a kid, RC Pro-Am and stuff like that. So I was bigger into Genesis than I was Nintendo. We had a lot of Nintendo games, but I love the Genesis compared to the, So we got any more questions or?
Same here, man. Let's see. Name some toys that you have adored so much that you had to buy 2 or more simply because it was that great of a toy.
What, like Dan with his weird sea spray?
Well, yeah, no, like let's say
Sorry, Dan, it's
Jetfire.
not weird.
You love Jetfire so much, you had to get 2 because you love it so much.
Well, I have more than one Jetfire. I have 2 of the original bodies. Then I have that Veritech fighter, and then I have Frank Gogley sent me the Voyager class version of Jetfire, which is the one that's plastic with all the shiny chrome red pieces on it, which is built on the same. It's built on the same mold frame as Starscream and the other one from the Combiner Wars. That line of toys. I can't go get it now because it's on the other side of the house. I was thinking about bringing it out.
What is it? What's it called?
It's Voyager Jetfire. I think it's 2014. It's got a pointed nose. It came out around along the same lines as the Combiner Wars, where you had the Starscream with the crown, and there was Thundercracker and Skywarp. They were all the same.
Do you see it here? Is it?
It is.
Wait, give me the year again for that.
Second row.
Oh,
Go
second row.
down. Second row. I believe it's
This one?
the where it says TF versus. It's the big long picture where it's TF. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's the one on the. If you're facing the screen, it's the one on the right.
Oh, Generation
And then
Leader Jetfire.
Yeah, and then the one on the left, Mike won't sell me.
Mike, come on, dude.
He sold me the blue, or no, he actually gave me the blue version because I let him use the table that day.
This is the one he won't sell you?
Yeah, that's the I forget what that's from. There's a different name for it. They also made a blue one that looks exactly like that.
Okay. Man, the original it's just perfection, man. Oh my god.
I
Look
know,
at
and
it.
the thing of it is, it's not even a Hasbro. It's Bandai.
Yeah. All right. Man, I really need to get that again.
Well, you got to get it with the full set of armor this time too.
Okay. Oh, Mel, pork roll or Taylor ham?
It's pork roll.
Pork roll. There you go. Mel, do you like Scrapple?
I hate Scrapple. If I hadn't seen how it was made, I would probably love it. But when
Oh my god!
my father raised pigs back in the early '80s because what most people don't understand about New Jersey, you have northern New Jersey, which is hey, yo, we're kind of like New York, and then you got southern New Jersey, which is more like, hey, we're down in the south, and
And you got Central, just trying to bitch. Ooh, I'm just kidding.
and then my wife says, yeah, Central, which is Trenton, biatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, down where I lived, my mom and dad had their own blueberry farm, and we would raise our own pigs. Like they would all get together, like all the guys. They would buy pigs. They would keep them at my grandfather's house. They would all pay for the feed. They would get them all big, and then when the time came, they would all get together. They would all butcher them together, and then send off certain parts to the butcher shop to get bacon cured and your scrapple made. And I'm not going any further into it because I don't want to ruin it for people that do like Scrapple. But I just prefer not to have Scrapple anymore.
Yeah, look up the Simpsons episode where they explain what Scrapple is, if you really want to go into that. Okay, hold on. We got some questions here from Sean. If you guys could work as a designer at a toy company, what toy company would you work for? What toy line would you like to create and design for given the chance? Can be current or past toy line, whatever. Mel?
I would love to be a toy designer for Hasbro back in the '80s when they were still running out of Rhode Island.
Amen.
I think that's when they were just innovating. Like they took the old GI Joe brand, turned it around from the big dolls or the big action figures. They followed the Star Wars formula because they knew that was going to work. Made their army figures that size, then figured out the more articulation we give them, the more kids are going to like them. So they did that, and that's when you started seeing GI Joe outselling Star Wars. And then when they saw over in Japan that all these different like weird robot toys where you take a car and turn it into you take a car and you turn it into a robot, or hey kitty cat, and you do all this different stuff with different things. And some of those commercials, by the way, like if you watch Japanese toy commercials, like where the little kid has a pistol laying on his nightstand and it's the original Megatron, that's hilarious. But it's like, that's when they were like, we can make money off of this. All we have to do is Americanize it a little bit, put a story to it that makes sense, and then bring it over here. So instead of them being giant mech suits that people would go and jump into as the the original.
Ultron.
No, what the original Transformers were called? I can't. Diaclone,
Oh yeah.
where they were actually suits for little people to get inside. Mike found one of them at Columbus. That's why when you open Optimus Prime's cab, there's a little seat in the original one, and all the cars have a little tiny seat where you put a little tiny guy in there, and that's why Ironhide and I can't remember, I can never remember the doctor's name, but that's why they don't have faces, because they were meant to be mech suits. A little guy sat in there and looked through the windshield. They didn't have any heads.
Yeah.
That's why it came with a little sticker with a smiley face on it. And that was the face for the robot. But yeah, that would be my would be Hasbro back in, or Remco, because they were just ripping everybody off. Remember Remco? Remco was doing knockoff He-Man, knockoff wrestlers. They were doing Zygots instead of GoBots. Zygots were their version of Transformers, little tiny. They made fun of them on Robot Chicken.
Okay.
Remco also made the metal army men, all kinds of stuff.
I hear you. So Hasbro and probably Remco.
Yeah.
I'd be right there with you working for Hasbro, to be honest with you. Eric has a question. If you could have any hard or impossible to find soundtrack, TV show, movie, video game, etc., released on vinyl, what would it be, and would you want it on a special release like picture disc? Dude, that's a loaded question, Eric. Holy crap.
Okay. I know they probably have it. I would like the Transformers the movie soundtrack on picture disc on vinyl. I would also like there was a show that was it's called Misfits of Science that was on for 14 episodes, I think it was, or maybe even less than that. And they used any like big song from the time that it was going on was in that show. It's like their opening theme was "She Blinded Me with Science," and then it went along with other songs like in the show. It's like Knight Rider. If you buy the Blu-ray version of Knight Rider from the Mill Creek set, all the music is replaced with stock music. When they originally played the episodes in Knight Rider, it was Duran Duran and the Cars and all that other stuff playing in there.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah, but that would be my vote. What would your vote be, Nazar?
You sparked my interest with Knight Rider. Maybe Evangelion?
That's the robot one.
Probably alone on Evangelion. But yeah. I don't know. Oh wait, okay. Nas, I got the GameStop Ninja Turtle 6 for 20 today.
6 inch.
GameStop Ninja Turtle. Oh, 6 inch? Which one, dude? There's 4 of them. Is it fun in Atlantic City?
No.
Sure.
Well, I don't gamble. I don't gamble and I don't drink. So.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of casinos and stuff like that, so I don't really care. Sorry to disappoint, guys. I picked blueberries at my aunt's farm in the summers, Mel. All right.
Did Brenda live in New Jersey at one time, or is that in Tennessee?
Brenda, you want to fill that up? We'll get back to you. There's only 3 questions here. Brenda, definitely come back to us with that. Sean Purdom, name some toys that you heard about in advance and were so excited to see and maybe even planned on purchasing, only to finally see the product and see the release toy and it turned out to be shitty. So disappointing toys that you really wanted to, but when they came out, they sucked.
I didn't want them, but I was excited about it when I heard about them. I heard about them way after they came out, though. Chap May got the rights to the Aliens toy line. The ones that
Oh.
make the Walmart Army figures.
Okay, yeah.
They made like the crappy King Kong sets where Samuel L. Jackson looked like a 1930s caricature.
Right.
All the aliens are made of cheap plastic. Like you look at them in the box on the shelf, and it's like you could almost melt them just looking at them in the box, sitting on the shelf. That's how crappy they are.
Kind of
If
like
you
what's
look-
out now for aliens.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're made by Chap May.
I was just looking at them the other day. They're just. I mean, nostalgia is the only reason to get them now. They're really crappy.
I tell you, just go spend the money on the NECA stuff. I mean,
Yeah. Especially if you're just displaying them. I know some of them aren't the best, like joints. They break, whatever. But if you're a collector, what are you gonna go pew 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 with it? Just put it up on your shelf. Be happy with it. It looks awesome.
well, so I finally brought my Arnold Schwarzenegger home. It's been sitting at my mom's house forever. The Dutch from Predator,
Oh yeah,
the jungle one where he's got the M16 and stuff.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, "Are you gonna take it out of the box?" I'm like, "No, leave it in the box." Someday I get tired of it and it's worth a lot of money. I'll trade it for something or I'll sell it.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like I had the Crow for years, the McFarlane Crow on the bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
The price never went up for it, and I love the movie still, but I'm not ever gonna take it out and play the Adventures of Eric Draven. Oh, my wife got murdered, and I'm gonna jump out a window. Whee! Oh no, somebody left half a bullet in the pistol.
I had one of those out of box, and it's bad. Like the leg keeps coming out of its hip joint, the knees, like you can't keep it balanced. So unless it's in package, it sucks.
When I was big into like the McFarlane toys, I had the giant Ash and I had the giant Eric Draven, and they were motion activated. So when the door would open, Eric Draven, he held the guitar and he would start playing it would play that riff that he was playing when he's sitting on the roof before he goes and finally kills the rest of the crew. And Ash would say some quippy Bruce Campbell things. So, but it's just like those things are the Bruce Campbell's worth a ton. So is the Freddy and Jason. I think the Crow is like $20 still. It's like it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's gonna have a resurgence. I'm pretty sure one day. Question for you, Mel. You collect pops, man.
I had some pops, and I wish I had them because the ones I did have were worth money. And I don't really want to go into it too much because my brother had a problem, and his problem became my problem when he started taking my stuff to the pawn shop. So that's what happened to my pop collection. But
you still have a little bit of
now,
it, right?
Huh?
You still have a few now, right?
I still have a few, but it's like I got all the Swamp Things. I got the glow in the dark. I got the regular green Swamp Thing. I got the flocked Swamp Thing, and I have the one that smells like a pine tree. I have Scooby Doo. I have Shaggy, and I have Sam Winchester. Somebody took Dean Winchester and sold him. And I have Pablo from Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Okay.
But everything else went bye-bye.
Yeah.
And it was why I was at work, so there was nothing I could do about it. Broke the lock off the door and took it. So.
All right. What is your favorite depiction of Back to the Future DeLorean? Is it the version from 1, 2, or 3?
You go first, Nazar.
Hover mode number 2 because it's all of the above, and it can hover. And it looks the best. Number 2.
I like the 1950s rebuild.
Oh, with the white tires or with the railroad tires?
No, the white wall tires with the big hubcaps, and he's got the big wooden apple cart on the front, or the wooden apple crate on the front of the machine with all the 1950s tubes and all the tubes and everything strapped to the hood of the car.
Except mine has their railroad tracks.
Yeah, that's well. Even that one's cool too because
Oh hell yeah!
did they ever put out Did they ever put out a diecast of the train?
That's my dream toy to have. If anyone ever asks me what's your favorite or one thing you want, I think there's only customs out there. There's no actual train they made. But yeah, here's to answer your question. This is the one I like because it hovers. This is the brand new Jada one, guys. It flips right away. $20.
Oh
Got
wow,
it at
that's
the
cool.
flea market. All right. Let's see. Next question. Okay, I'm back, and I can't believe you guys are still on with lots of viewers because people love Mel. That's what's up. Big Dog Split Chest. I just bought 5 Shogun Warriors. Not perfect, but nice. Awesome, man. Brian, good score, dude.
I never got his messages, by the way. I looked in all my mailboxes and I never.
Who, Brian? Big
Yeah,
Dog
he said
Split
he
Chest?
sent me messages, but I couldn't find them anywhere.
Oh, Brian, send him some more messages.
Tell him
Pine
to try it on
Barrens.
the Facebook page. That'll
All
be
right,
the
I'm
best
going to
place.
leave a link right now to Pine Barrens so anybody can go to that group. Be nice there, but you can trade, sell, and do stuff.
Yeah, be nice. I don't like throwing people out.
Yes, you will be thrown out if you're an asshole. Okay, Pine. I've thrown out a bunch of people personally because I was like, don't mess with freaking Mel or my boy Dan. I will kick your ass out because I'm a moderator, motherfuckers. All right.
The last one I threw out, I'm still hearing about.
Oh, I know, dude. That was silly. But yeah, let's not mention the name. Let's
No,
see.
I'm not.
Come on. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. This is Pine Barrens Retro Toys and Video Games. I'm getting a link for you all. I don't know if you can actually get it here on the comments, but I'm putting it up.
If not,
copy
just look for
and
Pine
paste that in
Barrens
your
Retro.
browser, guys. All right. Next. Oh, Brenda's back. I was conceived in Vincenttown, New Jersey, and then my parents moved to Orlando, Florida, and I was born there. Man, you are getting detailed. In 2002, I moved to the mountains in Tennessee. I lived in the Cherokee National Forest. There you go, Mel.
Okay.
Brenda's the
Well,
best. She's always
I
coming.
wanted to know where she picked blueberries if she was in New Jersey, because there's all kinds of farms.
Yeah, that's basically. So I guess Vincenttown. She probably went back to
Well,
where she was conceived.
it was probably on Bedbug Hill Road.
Vacuum tube DeLorean all the way. All right, Eric and Mel teaming up for number 3, DeLorean. Brian, Naz, I just picked up the DeLoreans today. Awesome, dude. What, the nano ones? They're awesome. I picked up 2 packs. Sean Purdom, name a few of your guys' favorite 80s movies of all time, besides the most obvious and most mentioned in your videos. Not Motu, BTTF, Flight of the Navigator. Gotcha, Sean. Let's see. Breakfast
I'm
Club.
coming right back, Nazar. I didn't run
You
away.
got it. I'll answer this first. So Breakfast Club. Let's see. 80s. Breakfast Club. Oh, The Wraith. The Wraith is amazing. I love The Wraith. Duel. Duel by what's his name? Anyway, it was one of his first movies. The Star Warsy guy. You know the guy I'm talking about. Pew pew. Let's see. Name a few of your. Okay, so that's all I can think of right now. And while Mel's doing his thing, I'm gonna keep doing this.
Okay. Favorite 80s movies.
Mel, hold on. Before you keep going, your audio is messed up. Can you reset it again?
Criminy crap.
I know. All right, he'll be right back, guys. Cool, dude. Brian, hit us up on Facebook or off of the live thing. We'll talk about what you got. All right, Mel. All right, 1, 2, sip
I'm
it.
back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, I got a ton of favorite '80s movies because that's like when I grew up.
Go for it, bro. Me too.
Creep Show,
Woo!
anthology movie. I don't know if probably everybody knows it. They recently made a TV show out of it. Skip part 3. All right, Carlos, have a good one. All right. I actually love the slipcase this came into. It's Crawl.
Oh, right. Man, you're making you
The one with
remember like all these amazing films.
It's another favorite. Then we have Your Hunter from the Future with Red Brown.
Right.
Excellent. And this is only $5.
Nice. On Blu-ray.
These not a lot of people have heard of, but I saw these on HBO when I was a kid. It's Student Bodies, which is like the first Scream movie or a scary movie where they were making fun of horror movies. And then Jekyll and Hyde Together Again is about a scientist that makes a special kind of cocaine that turns him into a super freak. I recommend both of those.
Hold on, the cops are coming. Let me hide the marijuana. Hold on.
Or are they going to have another parade at 6 o'clock in the morning? This one, I get a lot of people that tell me they hate this movie, but I love it. The Legend of Billie Jean.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's got let me see. It's got Christian Slater, Helen Slater, Yeardley Smith, and the guy from Quantum Leap's in it. Al.
Hey now.
She also played Supergirl. Excellent movie.
Nice.
Then I've already told you, you know this one.
Oh, did you hear that they just released that on Blu-ray? I forget from where.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll get it soon.
Okay.
Then we have V: The Final Battle.
I have that. I have both those. Yeah, nice.
And then, of course, we have Weird Al Yankovic,
Woo!
UHF.
Nice.
And then there's about 100 other ones. There's Sundown Vampires in Retreat, which is about a town of vampires who want to give up drinking human blood. So they're trying to pioneer a blood substitute.
Oh.
And they survive by wearing sunblock, and they try to live like normal people. Bruce Campbell's also in that. That also has David Carradine.
David Carradine's in it?
Yeah.
Nice.
What else is there? There's also Revenge of the Nerds and Revenge of the Nerds 2, even though there's like a new stigma around that in our social justice times.
Yeah.
You know. Let me see. What else was there? Not Meatballs. I didn't like Meatballs. I like Meatballs 2, the one with the alien, the E.T. ripoff.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw that one, Meathead. The alien's name was Meat. The kid had like he's like, my name's Ted, me Ted, and then the alien's like, oh, my name's Meathead, so they call it Meathead the rest of the movie.
Huh.
Of course, there's Flash Gordon. That's another one of my '80s favorites with a Queen soundtrack. Highlander.
Oh hell yeah, Highlander, dude.
Escape from New York, The Fog, Prince of Darkness, They Live. I can name hundreds of my favorite '80s movies. Nerds 2 is better. They get that army tank at the end of the.
Nice.
Wow, we've been on for 2 hours already.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you guys, if you got more questions, shoot them at us. We'll see how how we can answer. But
I mean, if you want me to, I guess before I get done, I can go over. I got some crappy TV or not crappy TV shows, but I got some like off the wall TV shows back here and everything else
yeah,
that
dude,
I
show
can
up
go over.
whatever you want to, man. Let's do it.
All right.
You guys hang around. Mel's got more stuff to show you. This is a hangout. That's all we're doing. Just hanging out and talking. All right, let me check some of this stuff. I haven't checked my social media in 2 hours, man. There shall be no purple nurples given. Hey, Andre, you still watching, bro? Oh, dude, hey, Mel, I think it's Scottish Mike's birthday today.
Yeah, I wished him happy birthday.
Yeah, I did too. I was just like, huh, all right. Those of you that don't know, he's one man's junk. Holy crap, Mel, you got a lot of crap there.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, you Italian dude that sells toys, who's not
Hope
even
you
watching.
enjoy your haggis.
Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. We have the complete series of Land of the Lost from the 1970s. One of my favorites. I don't know why.
Land of the... Oh, no, I love that movie. Why not?
No, this is the show. This is the show from the 70s.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
And they remade it in the 90s. That's the one my wife remembers. But this is the complete series. Eventually,
Okay.
their dad gets to go home, but they have to send another adult to supervise the kids. All right. Then I know you'll probably like these, Nazar.
What do you got?
My
What do you
sets
got?
are a little beat up. I got these in a thrift shop in Virginia, and they never released the third season, which really ticks me off. The third season has Michael Ironside in it. Sequest DSV.
Oh, nice. Sequest.
Yeah, the first two
like,
seasons there.
It's like Stargate underwater with no gate.
No, it's like Star Trek underwater.
Sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Ooh. You'll laugh at this one. You've probably never seen this before. This is the Dukes of Hazzard cartoon.
Oh, wow. Never even heard of that.
It starts off with Corey and Vance when they changed, like, Bo and Luke Duke wanted to redo their contracts so they would get more money. Tom Wampat and John Schneider. And the studio's like, people just want to see the car. They could care less about the people. So
Right.
they got rid of Tom Wampat and John Schneider and brought in these other two guys whose names were Corey and Vance. They were another set of cousins. They came in while Bo and Luke Duke were off racing in the NASCAR circuit. And then eventually they got so many letters written into them. That's back when people actually wrote letters to the TV station. And the revenue went down so much on the show that they rehired John Schneider and Tom Wampat at what they wanted and brought them back on the show and kicked the other two guys off. I couldn't find my first disc. I wanted to make sure that you saw both of them, but you'll get the idea. There's a movie called House with William Catt, the guy that was the greatest American hero, and it's kind of a horror comedy.
Uh-huh.
This is the sequel where it takes place in a house where the great grandfather was an adventurer, and he found a crystal skull down in South America and brought it back, and he was buried with it. And he had killed his partner, but his partner came back from the dead and tracked him all the way. And then, like, years later, the great grandnephew inherits the house, and they find out that he's having money troubles. So he's like, let's go dig up Grandpa and find this crystal skull. So they dig up the grandfather, and it turns out the skull kept the grandfather alive all these years, but he's mummified. So when he comes out, it's Royal Dano as a mummy cowboy. And every time that they put the crystal skull like in the house, in this special place in the house, it opens up other doors to other. It's the one where the caterpillar puppy comes from.
What, this thing?
But, yeah, catter puppy.
That's amazing. I've never heard of this, dude. This looks really cool.
The first movie had Norm from Cheers in it. The second
No
movie
way.
has Cliff from Cheers, and Cliff plays an electrician / adventurer.
That's awesome.
They hire him to fix the lights in the house, and he comes to him and he goes, "Hey, I want to show you something." So he leads him into the living room, and there's this big giant hole in the wall with smoke coming out of it. He's like, what it seems like here, buddy, is you got a hole to another dimension in your wall here. Now I can go in and take a look at that if you want to come along with me. And they're like, yeah, okay, we'll get. And they go and they get a gun. And they come back and they walk into the wall, and you see the guy walk over to his toolbox. He opens his toolbox, pulls out two halves of a sword, and puts the sword together, and goes walking into the wall behind him. So he's like an adventurer. And when he said that was a damn good electrician, and he hands him his card, and it says Cliff something, electrician and modern adventurer or something.
Oh,
yeah, that movie.
Not showing what I wanted. All right.
What were you looking for? House 2?
Yeah, I was while you were talking, I was sharing a screen of what? Can you not see it happening? Like,
No, I see it.
Okay.
I saw a catter puppy.
Okay.
It's just very small on my phone.
Yeah. No, I was trying to show them the dimension, but it was just showing me the house dimensions, which is stupid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's Cliff.
Dude,
I was just watching Cheers literally before the live stream, so to me this is awesome.
Yeah, they also find a pterodactyl and like they save a princess and all kinds of other stuff.
Nice,
it's a weird movie, but it's funny.
I'm gonna have to watch that,
right.
to be honest with you.
Let me see. We were talking about Creepshow earlier. I also have Creepshow 2.
And that's a show?
No, this is the movie. This is the one with Old Chief Woodenhead and the raft and the hitchhiker. It's not as good, but there's still a little bit of fun to be had there. You know.
Okay.
I'm not saying all my movies that I recommend are excellent. You know, you may have a completely different opinion on, but and then
is Creepshow like Tales from the Crypt in a way? Just gorier?
Yes, Stephen King and George Romero wanted to make a Tales from the Crypt movie, but it had already been made. Oh, pardon me.
Okay.
So they made their own. We called it Creepshow. There was going to be a Creepshow 3, but the funding fell through. So what we got instead was Tales from the Dark Side, which is actually the first Tales from the Crypt TV show. It's just named Tales from the Dark Side.
Okay.
And there were 4 seasons. There were 4 seasons of that.
Wow.
And this is actually, there's some real gems. There's a lot of rough, but there's some real gems. And also what I was looking for, but I couldn't find it, there's another series that came out at the same time as this called Monsters. I recommend you pick that up too. There's some really good, it's just Monsters the series.
Okay. Cool.
And the next one I'm going to show you is a comedy. Probably a lot of people have heard of it. We got Red Dwarf.
Oh, dude, Red Dwarf. I grew up on that show, man. Finally, you're talking my language.
I think they're up to what, series 9 or series 10 now?
I don't even know. I know I didn't see all of them, but
eventually the ship comes back and is repopulated. I don't think so.
Shush.
All right, let's see what's next.
Don't be spoiling my Red Dwarf action, man.
We have the original Flash series from 1990.
Ah!
No, The Flash.
Oh, now I can see it, so never mind.
This has the The actor plays the father of the new Flash in the new TV series.
Okay.
And it also has Mark Hamill as the trickster. Right, let's see. Somebody had mentioned this last time. Get the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.,
Oh,
where
right.
Bruce Campbell, his father is played by the guy from Full Metal Jacket, Ernie Irving.
Oh, wow.
And he gets killed in the beginning of the show. And there's a group of bad guys that gets away, and they hire Briscoe County Jr. to track down all the guys from that train. But then there also turns out to be like supernatural elements going on. There's this giant golden orb from the future that, gives people powers and everything. And like every episode, there was like something that was like steampunky, or, like they had Harley Davidsons in one, and then he rode a rocket in another one. So there's that. And staying with Bruce Campbell, we have Jack of all trades.
Okay.
Bruce Campbell plays Thomas Jefferson's Secret Service agent, and he's sent to the French, the tiny East Indian island of Palau Palau, where he becomes the daring dragoon, and that was part of like I think it was only one season. That was
That's something I might enjoy watching with Maggie, actually. That looks like an interesting show.
That was partnered up with this show, Cleopatra 2920 or 2525.
All right.
About an exotic dancer that gets cryogenically frozen and sent 250 years into the future or something like that. And she, for some reason, she's the last hope for humanity.
Oh, cool. Hold on one second. When you showed Red Dwarf, I was going to say, I grew up watching Red Dwarf. It was playing back to back with Mr. Bean. And somebody here just asked, Mel, do you like Mr. Bean?
Yes, I have the complete series somewhere.
Awesome.
Here,
Me too. All right.
Everybody should know this.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. I can't see.
Okay. This is. I think this has to be the best version of the series they put out so far. In each disc, they're on black discs, black Blu-rays.
Oh wow!
And they all look like vinyl, and I love the way the set looks.
I just have the DVD set. I think I got it from you, actually.
Yeah, I know I gave Dan one, and I think I gave you one.
Yeah.
And then V the series.
I have that one. Nice.
One thing I've always laughed about, and nobody else has ever noticed it. At the end of the opening credits, Mark Hamill jumps off the front of the spaceship and slides down and smacks a guy right in the face with his nuts.
Holy shit!
Watch the opening credits to this, and I don't know, like, and you see the look on Mark Hamill's face, like, I did not, or Mark Singer. He's like, I did not mean to do that, and he isn't like, and they freeze frame on his face, and it's like,
That's awesome.
Wow, I went through that pile quick. I should have. Let's see what I got. Two more. I got Mask.
The
complete series
that I've never watched. But
I
love their toy line.
I might actually end up selling this, considering the price is going up on it, because it's not what I remember. There's some things that I watched that I can truly go back and watch it over and over again, and I treasure it, like G.I. Joe and Transformers, and like even the stupid Rambo series. I can go back and like sit there and enjoy it. But that is just like, there's something with it that it's, I don't know. Maybe it was like when I had a bad time when I was a kid or something, or we just couldn't afford the toys, so I was always ticked off about it. I don't know.
Okay.
And then Cops. Did you ever see this?
No. I mean, I know about it, but no, I've never watched it.
The animated series. These were correct me if I'm wrong. These were the toys. They came out around the same time as RoboCop, where you would
Okay.
put a roll of caps. You would put a roll of caps in whatever their accessory was, and pull it, and it would snap. Like one guy had a drill, so you would pull it back and snap, and
Okay.
like smoke would come out, and it was like he was drilling into the ground. And then another guy like has to. I remember the motorcycle. My nephew had the motorcycle, and he would push that thing, and it would just go snap, 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 snap. You know, it would go through a whole roll of caps. But yeah, and then RoboCop was the same way. RoboCop, you know, kids will never get the toys like we had. You know, with they actually encouraged you to put gunpowder in the toys and make them make noise.
Yeah. I mean, the cap gun. I had the RoboCop with the striker thing.
Then they started making them when they made the TV series in Canada. They started making them without all that because Canada didn't want the firing mechanism on the back of the toys. So they lost all that function, you know.
Yeah, that's another bummer for me because when I left Ukraine, I moved to Canada first, and I lived there until '95. So all those toys, they were censored or not even in Canada at the time.
Well,
a lot of crap, man.
What a lot of people don't know is there's RoboCop 1, 2, and 3. Then there's the cartoon in the TV series, but there's also 4 other movies. There's Prime Directives. It's called Prime Directives. They're not great, but they're there, and you know what I mean. It's if and they're actually pretty sad because where they left RoboCop off in RoboCop 3, he was like hero of the city. In RoboCop Prime Directives, they don't have any money to fix RoboCop. So every time something breaks, he's just left like his targeting sensors are going bad. And eventually it gets to the point where like the city becomes so corrupt that they kill another cop and make another RoboCop.
Holy shit, dude.
I forget who the actor is that plays the other RoboCop. It's an African American guy. He's called Cable, and eventually they go through. And I'm not giving away the whole movie. They go through the whole thing, and Cable gets blown or like destroyed. And he before he dies, he tells there's like these terrorists that are helping RoboCop, and he tells them take all my parts and fix RoboCop. So by the end of the series, RoboCop can dual wield pistols like Old West style, like just shooting left and right, because both eyes are going in different directions, and both legs open up.
Damn, dude. Dude, I do remember Prime Directives, but I don't remember ever watching them, man.
The saddest part is the guy that got to play RoboCop would have been good, but he was too short for the costume. So you can see the costume bowing because they had like in the hips. You can see the hips are actually rubber when he's walking.
What a bummer.
And it's a lot of people are going to tell you not even to watch it, but just skim through them once just to, you know what I mean?
Oh, whatever. I'm going to watch these babies, man. I don't care.
Just to know there was another series of RoboCop movies, and at the end of it, the worst is it's got the guy from Forever Night in it, the vampire guy. He's the bad guy.
Let's see. How much is this? Prime Directives. What's this going for? I need a box set, obviously.
Well, I think it was on Netflix.
Oh, is
Netflix
it?
or Amazon.
Oh, dope. All right. Well, in any case, they're like $10 movies. It's all good.
Yeah, you might even be able to find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll look for that, man. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you know what you do? You just find out what service it's on, and wait until they give you one of those 15-day free streamings or whatever. Go on there, type it in for free, watch it for free. That's what I did with Picard. I waited until, and I'm doing the same thing with Shudder right now. I'm watching all the Billy, but they'll give you a free 30 days every so often. So I just wait for all the Billy Bob or Joe Bob Briggs movies to pile up, and then I go watch all the Joe Bob's drive-in theater. But no, it's getting late. I hate to say it, but we gotta wind down a little bit.
No, no worries. I was just gonna suggest that it's been 2.5 hours, Mel.
We lose a lot of listeners, or?
Oh no, honestly, I mean, at the height of this, we were at 35. Now we're down to 16, so it's not bad, but we're definitely losing some people. And I think we did very well for our first live stream together.
Oh, that's cool. As long as I don't go in and look in comments tomorrow, it is boring. He's disgusting.
Dude, you need to stop with that shit, man. People love you. You need to stop saying that.
I'm self-deprecating.
But anyway, I mean, dude, anyway, I was honored that you came here and hung out with us. Thank you for being on my freaking stupid little channel, talking and showing off your crap and dropping your knowledge on all of us.
I have fun doing it.
And everybody who's watching, if you have quick questions like that don't take long, or you want to say goodbye, now's your chance to leave a comment. Say goodbye to Mel. Say goodbye to me. But yeah, we're probably gonna peace off soon. Leland, what do you got here? There's a new show on HBO called Lovecraft Country about to be released soon. That's some good eye candy there.
This is the reprint. My actual one's out in the garage in the box.
Okay.
But they kind of did the EC kind of artwork.
Nice.
I know it's not really, but you can pick these up at the store for like I paid $18 when I got it, but now you can probably pick it up off of eBay super cheap.
Hey Mel, any interest in Lovecraft Country?
I for a while there, for I'd say what was it? For about 5 years, I read everything Lovecraft wrote from beginning to end. I enjoy some of the movies that they put out for some of his stuff. Like there's other things that like they put out a kids cartoon about it, which I can't stand. But if HBO is going to do a Lovecraft show, it's probably going to be pretty good. The best movie I've seen so far from Lovecraft, though, is Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator from his source material. I haven't watched that movie with Nicolas Cage yet, Killer Out of Space, just because I tried watching Mandy, and I found it totally unnecessarily disgusting. I mean, and that's coming from somebody that's like a big gore person. There was, I don't know how to explain it, other than the fact that my mother-in-law was sitting in the room when the guy came out naked and was just hanging with his Johnson, and it's like already the movie was weird enough. I'm like, you know what, that's enough for me. I didn't even get to the part where Nicolas Cage got an axe made from a guitar or whatever the hell it is, you know.
There you go, Leland. Hopefully that answers your question. Sean Fordham, sorry if my questions were long and annoying, guys. Sean, your questions were perfect. You're awesome. Thank you for your questions, brother.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
Bruce, have a good night, guys. Later, Bruce. Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for watching,
Michael
guys.
O'Keefe, Star Wars Mike. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye, Mike.
Mike, can't wait until we can all hang out again.
Right? Eric, if you guys have time, I did have one question that you guys did not get to. Go for it, dude.
Eric.
Shoot it. Shan Purdom, I apologize for being annoying, my friends. I'm good at being annoying. So yeah, I truly am humbly apologize, but thank you guys so much for it. Dude, stop it, man. You're awesome.
When was he annoying?
Hulk Hoagie, this stream could easily be 10 hours. Hell yeah, guys. Mel is
Yeah,
full of knowledge, man.
but my wife would kill me, and I love my wife, and my battery power is at 15%. So
We're wrapping it up. Waiting for Eric's question. Hold on. Sean Purdom. Nah, thank you, guys. Awesome, man. Brenda Crowder. The blueberries are in Vincenttown, New Jersey, off first. There you go, Mel.
okay.
We figured it out. Chris Christie, thanks, guys. Thank you, Chris, for watching, man.
I'm glad I found out that wasn't the former governor of New Jersey.
Yeah, no. Chris is actually a good dude. He comments on like everything. He's a good guy. Sean Purdom, you guys sleep well. Much respect, fellers. Good night, bro. Let's see. Brenda Burr Mills. Good night, Mel and Nuz. Good night, Brenda.
I know exactly what she's talking about.
I was trying my damnness to ask questions that would spark decent. Dude, thank you for your questions. They sparked a lot. When's the next stream? We'll talk about that with Mel later, and I'll let you guys know. Next stream. All right. Peace, guys. Later, Leland. Okay. And the question from Eric. Here we go. If you could take a movie that you were excited about and turned out bad and remake it to be good, what movie would it be? Mel, I'm sure you can say this.
I have hundreds, but there was one, and it's slipping my mind right now. It was like a total and complete disappointment when I saw it. Come on, why can't I remember what it was? It was something we had waited. Double Tap, the Zombieland 2 Double Tap.
Okay.
The movie is so boring, and we waited such a long time, and they could have done so much more with it. Also, there was what was the other one? We waited all that time for them to come out with another Batman movie, and we're getting it with the guy from Twilight. That's
I
the
know.
other thing that's kicking me off.
It's going to be a young Batman that's just learning to be Batman. It's going to be weird.
We have enough of that. I actually liked Ben Affleck as Batman. He could have, like, an old sour Batman.
Yeah.
Like they showed his Batcave where the Joker destroyed. Like that means that he killed Robin, he killed Batgirl, he killed all that, and that's why he is so sour. And he just doesn't, you know what I mean? And you see him using guns and everything. They should continue that. They can't continue, doing. How many times can you see the mom and the dad get shot outside the theater? They did.
Don't get me started on that. I know.
And they did it in the Joaquin Phoenix movie. Why?
Really? I didn't see that movie.
It's a good movie. I liked it.
Joker?
But if they had left it alone and left the word Joker out of it and left that whole thing with Bruce Wayne out of it, it would have just been a remake of the Robert De Niro movie. It's but it was really good. Yeah, I think Dan still got the DVD of that. If you want to borrow it off of him.
Oh yeah, I'll get to it, man. I can watch it for free on BitTorrents and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's a really good movie, and when you find out certain things about him, then you kind of feel bad for him, But
Sean, just because it looks good, like I'm not knocking it. It might be a good movie. I don't know, but to be honest with you, it looks good, sure. But so do a lot of modern movies. They all look amazing, but you start like, what the fuck, Yeah,
it's just that just because Zack Snyder ruined, the Justice League and all that stuff, and I'm going to say I don't care. I don't want to see his version of the movie. I like the version of Batman that they had could have went on, and they just don't want to pay people to do it the right way. Ben Affleck, I think, could have directed a decent Batman movie.
He could have.
Did you see The Accountant?
No, I don't think so. But it sounds so familiar, though.
He plays a man with autism who is. My phone might die before it. Let's just look it up, and you'll see my phone's like on the verge of dying. So,
all right, dude, we're gonna make another live stream soon, Mel. I hope you're down for that.
oh yeah, it's no problem. All right, I will let everybody go, and I will leave with a dance.
Everybody, thank you for watching. Mel, thank you for being here. I will be dancing as well. You're all awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us for 2.5 hours again.
Just pretend that music from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is in the background.
Oh, there you go. You guys cue that up and watch them. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Live long and prosper. Mel, peace and love, man. Bye, everybody.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Live long
Don't
and
send me any more mail.
Ow. Okay. Bye.
My favorite Star Trek ship is the X-Wing.